So we're off down the lake. The wind is pretty much from the south, a little bit east of it, I think. But the race officer has set us a course which takes us down to the bottom of the lake. Unfortunately, it meant we had a running stroke reaching start. So all of us en masse are descending to Mark F, which is the top northern far buoy. So there's no beat in this part of the first part of the lake, and then we go around F, and we're having to beat a very short beat into H. James and Helen are just getting inside Mark and Carol there, and getting round to H in the lead, which is really good for them. See, there's not a lot of wind here. A bit fickle. This part of the lake tends to be a bit fickle with the trees. So we're getting really spread out already. You can see that we're the leading four here, and then the remainder are just all together. Very slow. James and Helen still ahead. We've got Alan and Marion. Alan back for the first time for a while, which is good to see. We've just gone through in the north shore. There's a little bay there where you can hook in and get a lift out of it, which is what we've done. So we've managed to clear those two, just catching James and Helen a little bit. So the heron's going past. And then you get a puff from behind, and everybody catches up. I apologise for the t-shirt colour. We were the first round the Windward Mark and the last race, and these lurid fluorescent tops are our take on the yellow jersey. Right, now we've got a beat from C to A. We just carried a bit of speed through, so we've got past James and Helen. Everybody catching us up because they came down the lake from the bottom of the lake. A bit of wind. So we got a bit fluky getting into A as well. They really had to judge it right. Roger's catching up there, Roger and Sarah Jane. Carol and James and Helen hot on our heels. Alan and Marion just behind. It's really difficult to know where to go here. There are just some wind lines on the lake which you can't see when you're on the water, and if you get into one of those, then you might be away. If not, you stop and watch everybody go by you. Which is what's happening to us here. So we're sort of in the middle-ish of the lake. Alan and Marion on an express train on the northern shore, James and Helen, and Mark and Carol the same in the middle to the south. So all change. And in fact Roger and Sarah Jane have really creamed through, so they are now the leaders. So we're now to F, and we're going to then B from F to H. Alan and Marion actually ran out of wind on the North Shore, and we went wide down to the bottom of the lake a bit more, and we got a lift in, which is where Roger's a bit surprised that we came in. We've got between him and Mark. He's carried more speed around. James and Helen still in with a shout. Loungy there. Nice to see them out. So we've gone round C, gone round A, hopped on Roger's heels, and then we got into one of those wind lines, more in the middle of the lake, and then got past him. And we're now right down at the bottom. We've gone round F and H, and at the moment we've got a clear lead. So we're right to the top of the lake, round C, we've gone round A. We're catching up the back markers here. And then we've got a few enterprises based in too. But you can see it makes a difference really where you are on the lake. And we just stayed to the North Shore a bit, and very clear with those ones. Roger and Sarah Jane are coming up, so I think we're on the last bit of the race here, coming up to what we think is the end.
Maybe they're doing the 14:09. I'm sure it was only 4 laps.
A bit of discussion going on here. Well, is that us?
He's heading for home. There were only 2
Was it? So now we wait to see what happens
Oh, I see. Shall we
with Roger and Sarah Jane.
We're going to head for A.
Yeah.
We've stopped because we weren't quite sure,
We're done.
and then everybody's caught us up because we've stopped,
All that.
and then we've sailed into nothing.
Oh yeah.
Roger's really caught up. And then Mark's just going around C there, and a real lift,
We've gone over there.
which brings him way up the rankings, to the point where he's overtaken Roger, coming into A, and we're desperate here. We've got to get on to starboard to come into A to stop them going through, and luckily we have, but it was a near thing, and we've lost 600-yard lead, something like that, just from not reading the course right.
This is hell. Where's the line?
80.
8?
We should be on it. No, keep going. Just keep going.
He's off to. He's it. Oh, God, that was stressful.
Sorry. Apologies.
Yeah, that's right. Easy done, wasn't it? Well done for coming second.
Yeah.
Well, that was too stressful for words.
Oh, did you?
I mean,
It was all our own fault.
Because Roger's just behind us, and then suddenly you were coming into A. Amazing.
So I think next week we've got a little bit more
What,
wind.
with a lot of shouting?
So see what happens then.